What's up YouTube, Day Ahead with Wargames. We're here with Joe, and Joe is going to bring you the opening of the brand new era of Links, which with his Link Strike starter deck. There we go, wordful. So Joe's going to open that up for you, talk you through the new Cyberse cards, and then go from there. So cool. Joe, take it away.
Right, let's start opening the boxes, which I always fail to do properly, so let's just tear our way through it. Still got that annoying lip that they haven't removed, but oh well, what are you going to do? So, right, let's start off with the playmat, because before the playmat was never usually that much of an issue, because we kind of knew what was going on, but now with the new link zones and everything that's changed, we got a... I might as well show you. So you got your pendulum zones. Let's try and get this in there. So yeah, you got your pendulum zones now here in the top, in the bottom left and right corners. So now they're just for ruling out there with them now down here. They're classed as in the spell and track card zones. So for things like just on top of my head, because I play Dragon King Bane, Beowulf DDD, who he destroys all cards in the spell and track card zones, he will now destroy pendulum cards. So that's just a little ruling out there for you guys. And as you can see, chopped in half is the new extra deck monster zone. So if you're summoning directly from the extra deck, you'll now have to put them either in here or wherever a link monster points to in your main monster zone. So that's the playmat there. It's not a bad looking playmat. I quite like the black and blue design that they're going with there. It's tempting to put two together, make myself a double mat. So, but with all that said and done, as I'm opening it up, let's get into the deck. There we go. Right. To start off, we have our Link Slayer, and as you can see, they are going, if it can zoom in, they are sticking with what they've done in the latest special set, where they hollow out the stars, the attribute. I think that's it, to be honest, in terms of this effect monster. So Link Slayer, he's your new Photon Thrasher. It's a level 5 Cyberse type monster. 2000 attack. If you control no monster, you can special summon this card from your hand. And then once per turn, you can discard up to 2 cards from your hand, then target that main spell and track cards on the field and destroy them. So he's a really, really nice monster, and probably one excluding link monsters, and obviously if you're building them the Cyberse archetype, he's in my eyes, the main reason you want to get this deck, because he's just such a nice little monster. Splashable in probably almost any deck out there. So Link Slayer is a really nice card. And here we go to start off with our first Link monster, the mighty Decode Talker. So as you can see, not only is the attribute holographic, but all these link markers are holographic and they look absolutely beautiful. I love what they've done here with this guy. He's just really nice. So Decode Talker, link free, so with that being link free, he's got 3 link markers on him. Cyberse type, 2300 attack, requires 2 or more effect monsters. Now the reason for that, to anyone who doesn't understand, is a bit confused. The reason it says 2 or more is because if you use another link monster, which you can use for link summons, you minus their link from the new link. So if I'm trying to summon Decode and I have a link 2 on the field, it will count as 2 of the materials, meaning I can then use 2 effect monsters. So that's just something to throw out there for you guys if you don't quite understand. So his effect is it gains 500 attack for each monster it points to. When your opponent's monster activates a card or effect that targets cards or cards you control, this is a quick effect. You contribute 1 monster this card points to, negate the activation if you destroy that card. So just on its own, sorry for that, from your field he would gain an extra 1000 to be a 33, and if your opponent summons something in the zone that it points to above, you're getting another 500. So it can become at most a 38 on its own. So it's a really nice card. This is what everyone's going to be playing. This is what everyone should be getting. Then we got another Cyberse monster. We got Ram Clouder. Level 4. You contribute one monster, then target one Cyberse monster in your graveyard. Special summon it. You can only use this as effect of Ram Clouder once per turn. Now, as you can see, they're still doing the abbreviation of GY, so that's something to take note. And you've got Honeybot. Again, really nice. I like what they're doing with the holographics. Cyberse, it requires 2 Cyberse type monsters, and then neither player can target monsters this card points to with card effects. Those monsters cannot be destroyed by battle. So if you're going for a Cyberse deck or a heavy Link deck, because you can use the next monster for the materials of this one, this is a really nice card. You can protect your monster from being destroyed by battle and card effects. So, and being left and right, it's a really nice Link markers. And then Link Spider, probably like other than Decode, probably the main thing in this set, in this deck. It just requires 1 normal monster to be a special summon, and you can use tokens if the token counts as a normal monster. Once per turn, you can special summon 1 level 4 lower normal monster from your hand to this card that this card points to. So it's a nice little card. It's a nice little monster that you can throw and smash in almost any decks. So those are the main big ones, and then we got to the main deck. So we got Beatron, just your standard Cyberse type normal monster. It's really nice. Draco Connect is a really nice card. I quite like this card. Cyberse type wins cards normal summon. You can special summon 1 level 2 or lower normal from your hand or deck in defense position. So you can splash out your Beatron or any other level 2 normals that you want to play. Go into your Link Spider, and because you have 2 Cyberse monsters on the field, because Link Spider is Cyberse type, you go into Honeybot. So you've got a nice little combo there. And then we've got all these reprints now. We've got Galaxy Serpent, it's a nice little reprint. Mystery Shell Dragon, Beast King Barbaros, I remember this card in Skill Drain decks. Cyber Dragon, your standard generic. Photon Thrasher, to me this is a really nice reprint. You can never have too many Photon Thrashers. Exterior Universe, Evisor Mandrake. Marauding Captain, this is actually quite a nice card. I think it could be quite useful in Link's format. Sangan with its new narrator. Curry Bandit, this is actually quite a nice reprint again. Marshmallow, you can never have too many of those. Card D is the same thing as well. Certain decks could be really useful with this card. Vico Lightsworn Hunter. Battle Fader, I'm always like Battle Fader as a reprint. And Swift Scarecrow. And also Effect Vader, which is actually a really nice reprint for a starter deck. Then we have a new field spell, because we can never have too many of those nowadays, which is a Cynet Universe. All Link monsters you control gain 300 attack, and then once per turn you can target 1 monster in your graveyard and shuffle it into the deck. So it's kind of like a really mini Pot of Avarice, which is quite nice. And but the only downside is that if this card on field is destroyed by a card effect, send all monsters in the extra deck zones to the graveyard. So at least it counts for your opponent's extra deck zones as well, if they gain control of one. So you can kind of like play around with this, because it doesn't have to be your opponent destroying it. So if they get rid of your Link monster and they still got their extra deck monster in the extra deck zone, you have this on the field, you can play something like an MST, pop this card, and you can pop their monster. It's actually quite nice. Play around with that card. Let's put this new one there. Monster Reincarnations, always a nice card. Same with Dark Hole. MST, can never have too many of those. I seem to always run out of those. Book of Moon, should go up more than 1, please. Forbidden Lance, again another nice little reprint. United We Stand. Pot of Duality. Burden of the Mighty, it's actually quite nice. Supply Squad, actually I quite like this being reprinted. Do some quite nice things for Supply Squad. Terraforming, never have too many of those now. Then we've got Jar of Avarice, which is quite nice. Core Haunted, again quite nice. Same with Mirror Force. Torrential Tribute, I think this has been popping up in a few decks nowadays, so it's actually been quite a good card. Ring of Destruction, Bottom Strap Hole, Compulsory, Venus Chain, to round it all up, Dark Bribe. So as you can see, this deck is mostly reprints, but that's what you should expect from a starter deck. But luckily for this one, there's actually quite a lot of good reprints, and if you're a beginner and you don't see any good structure decks, or you're not fond of the structures and you want to get into the link format, this is actually a really nice deck to pick up. The only thing they could have made this better is to add in a few more new cards, because you only got 3 extra decks and 5 main decks, so you got 8 new cards, unfortunately. But the deck is actually quite good, especially if you pick 3 of them up. I can see some nice little combos you can do with this deck. Does seem to be quite consistent with the supply squads and all that kind of thing. So yeah, so if you're a beginner, I suggest pick this up. If you want to get into link format, definitely pick this up. Whether you want to pick 3 of them up, or you just want to pick one up, I suggest pick one up and then get to all the stuff separately, at the very least, because Link Slayer is actually a really nice card. If you're playing normal decks, Draco Connect's actually quite nice. So yeah.
In my personal, just from the straight look of them, obviously they look really, really nice. Link Spider is always going to be used for now, it seems. Yeah. Deco Talker is obviously quite important as well, and then obviously Link Slayer. It seems like an interesting kind of Cyber Dragon Twin Twister mix, which could be quite nice to play, possibly. But yeah, that is it. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share, and until next time, guys, as always,
happy dueling.
If you like that video, why not check out our other videos available? We've got more deck profiles, pack openings, and of course duels. And don't forget to click on the most important button of all, that subscribe button, right in the bottom left hand corner.